8 titles in a row. And looking to get back to Hershey next week. Becca would certainly like to keep them from making that trip. Wibberley approaches the football, and it is a low kick. They try to keep away from Scipio, but he collects it at the 12-yard line. And Eddie's going to go right up the middle, and he has some open space. And Scipio will go down at about the 39-yard line, where the Hawks will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Well, let's see it right away, Gary. Here we go with the offensive lineup. It is Board at quarterback, Scipio and Beddix are his teammates in the backfield. Martell, Deeser, wide receivers, Brandon Isaac at tight end. Montgomery, coaches. Fainal, Nelson, and the other coaches along the line of scrimmage.
We have about 10,000 people here today to watch this ball game. The crowd could grow as high as 12,000 people from the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Mark Borda, the quarterback, over 2,000 yards, well over 2,000, 2,787. We believe a Lehigh Valley record. Scipio back. Scipio looked like he was going to throw the football, and there's nobody as he gets beaten down by Dave Camburn, along with number 55, Gene Rich, who came in to make the hit in the Becca High backfield. Lost back to the 33, a loss of 6. Dick?
Becca was going to come with a little bit of razzle-dazzle, Gary, in the very first play. The halfback option pass with Scipio didn't hold out well enough. It was Deeser long, way on a streak pattern down. One receiver, he was well covered. Scipio really never had the time to get it loose. 2nd and long.
2nd and 16 from the 33-yard line. Bob Stem very often starts a ball game with some sort of trick play. It did not trick the Bucks. He'll do it again. Borda back. Borda looking. And he's going to fire downfield. And he fires it into the sidelines, intended for Brandon Isaacs. And the pass is incomplete.
The flea flicker, the handoff, 2nd trick play in a row to Scipio. Scipio right back to Borda. Borda tries to let loose downfield, Gary, but great pressure that time. Number 7 for the Bucks, Jim Fignani, put the pressure on him, so it's 3rd and long.
Fignani, a 6', 200-pound junior linebacker. This is a ball club that relies heavily on senior leadership. In fact, Dick, they just seem to bump everybody up as the years progress. There are a few juniors and one sophomore in their starting 22. The sophomore we'll give in just a moment. Back to throw. Borda looking, and just over the outstretched hands of Sean Martell. Coverage on the play supplied by Zach Ingram, number 31. And Becca does not get the first down. And we see Mike Carey out on the field already. Very volatile, the coaching staff at Central Bucks West.
So Becca goes 3 and out, Gary. 3 pass attempts. Expected to see that and expected lived up to those expectations, but the Bucks defended well.
The punter will be John Deeser. Deeser averaging 36 yards a punt. It's end over end. It's not a good punt. It will be whistled down at the Bucks 45-yard line. It is only a 22-yard punt for the Hawks. And Dick, let's take a look at the Buck offense.
Let's get a look at this high, fluid Buck offense. It'll be Oriole, the quarterback, number 8. Gamburn, great numbers, 41. DiGiacomo, Potter as one of the wingbacks. Wide receiver, Zach Ingram. Look at Varillo, tight end, 44, about 260. Daly, Arsenal, Sands, and company up front. Daly gets the ink areas with the best lineman.
He made Varillo small, Dick. He's 6'3", 270. The handoff goes to DiGiacomo, and he gets to the outside, has the corner, and has a first down. We're going to get a penalty flag. Illegal motion, I believe, will be the call against the Bucks. So this one's coming back.
Big emphasis, Gary. I want to put a point on that because there's an awful lot of penalties. The Bucks surprisingly have been high in penalties this year.
5-yard walk-off against Central Bucks West. It'll be 1st and 15. Another look.
We'll see it again. And there's their ground game getting in motion. Their leading runner gets around the corner, does make the corner movement, Gary. 85 penalties they've been whistled for this year, compared to only 37 for the opponents. Defensively for the Hawks, Andy Sispansky on the nose guard. The 2 tackles, Nelson and Martin. 4 linebackers, Mitchell, Isaacs, Beddix, Dezette, Martell, and Scipio, the corners. Deeser and Bednarik at the safety.
Bednarik moves back to safety because of the injury to Silvoy, and that brings Martell in Bednarik's spot. And another penalty flag is down as Mitchell is there to make the hit, but hold everything. And we got illegal motion again, so we're going to just keep moving backwards. It'll bring up a 1st and 20.
So really the only action we've seen, Gary, is defensively so far.
Good time to mention the officials. They have become prominent. The referee is David Hamilton. The umpire is Steve Conahan. The head linesman is Dave Schlegel. The line judge is Jeff Brookins. The field judge, Ken Broom. The side judge is Scott Underkoffler. The back judge is Rob Riddick. 1st and 20 from the 35. All the officials are out of District 3. And now what do we have? Another penalty, delay of game. Oh my! The Bucks have yet to get a playoff.
It's reminded me of a college game I watched 3 weeks ago. 6 consecutive flags.
So the machine at the moment needs a little oil.
Yeah. Stalled, Gary, going downhill.
Dick, I was going to talk about and develop how they had shortened the field by deferring. They have lengthened the field by the yellow hanky.
Boy, I bet this is tough for Carey. He's so intense to begin with.
1st and 25 from the 30-yard line. Well, there are no penalty flags down. Inside handoff to Camburn, and Camburn's going to get nailed by Isaacs. Brandon Isaacs comes up to make the hit along with Greg Mitchell. And Camburn may not have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. There'll be a loss of a yard.
With the 1st and long, good idea. You know, to come with some trickery without having to put it in the air. They did on the delayed draw. It was a counter draw. But Isaac stayed home, as did some of the other Becca defenders.
Yeah, watch how they do stay home. Good penetration, too, Dick, by number 57 on that play, Andy Chapansky.
By the way, Gary, the officials just warned Coach going out in the field, too, when he delivered the plays.
Well, he is out to the hash mark. Back to throw Oriole. Oriole looking. And he'll throw to the sideline, and it will be dropped as the pass was intended for number 23, Fran Golden. Let's give you Orioles' numbers on the season. 71 for 127, 1,229 yards, 4 interceptions, 12 touchdowns. He's completed 56% of his passes.
Last week, 9 for 15 with 2 touchdowns and 131 yards. They went to the air, figured they had to against Downingtown, went there early and established a big 3-touchdown lead.
3rd and 26. So Becca can play a little soft in the secondary. Passing situation for Oriole. He's back to throw, rolling right, getting pressure. He'll fire it downfield. He has an open man, and separated from the football was Zach Ingram. As coming up to make the stick on him with number 20, Eddie Scipio. And Eddie really did put a stick on Zach Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram gets up slowly and sort of wobbles back to the huddle. So the Hawks have held, the Bucks have held. Bucks played some great strong D, especially against the trickery, and here they really hurt themselves with those penalties. Boy, field position, a 9-yard run on the first time, and they end up with 4th and 20.
Wibberley will punt. Scipio is deep to receive the punt. Eddie standing on the 30. The wind is in the favor of the punter. It's high. Scipio should be able to get a return here. Takes the hop at the 32-yard line. Tries to reverse his field, and he's put down by Gavin Potter. So no gain at all on the run back. And that will be a 41-yard punt.
Scipio still made the right move, Gary. Took 1 bounce, and you don't know if it's going to continue to bounce. Hawks only put 1 man back, no type of return on.
From the 30-yard line, Becca will have it 1st and 10. They started their first drive on the 29. Clock, it says 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. You are watching a live broadcast from the Chamonix on RCN 4 Sports. We are glad you are with us. Sean Martell goes in motion, and the handoff goes to Scipio. He has a hole. He cuts to the outside, and he could go. Scipio to the 50, and there's Camburn, who has the same speed that Scipio has, and he runs him down at the 40-yard line in Bucks territory. That's a 30-yard gain.
So with the first sequence, the Hawks simply felled them out, Gary, with the try and get that big lead, the early jump with the surprise package. This time they go back to the straight football. Scipio hits the line of scrimmage, and there's nothing there. Then it becomes a foot race, and both guys, as you see, good speed.
Great hole opened up on the left side for Becca High by Alex Kosis and by Justin Montgomery. A gain of 30, the first down of the football game from the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Hawks. In motion, Martell again. And the handoff goes to Bettix, and Bettix barrels forward for about 4. As tackle made by Tom McKinstry.
The Bucks will play a 5-man
Camber.
front. Excuse me, Gary. A 5-man front, normally 2 linebackers. But we're going to throw around the word mirror in a few seconds. I've heard that mentioned so prominently today.
Actually, the Hawks were looking to have Scipio mirrored. It felt that they would open the passing attack a little bit more. Gain of 3 brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line.
Trailed well.
Arsenault is there to make the tackle.
A little bit of option. Keep that one in mind. You're liable to see it again. When they come back with a pitch man to Scipio. Here, Borda has Scipio trailing, but instead tucks it right away after the dive fake to Bettix. Yeah, the Bucks expected to mirror maybe a Deeser and definitely a Scipio. But what it does, takes 2 guys out of your defense. And if you get a quick hitter up there, and that's why you saw Bettix have first down success.
No gain on the play, brings up a 3rd and 7 from the 37. Handoff, Scipio, he has a hole. Scipio has a first down. Down the sideline, Eddie Scipio. He will go 37 yards for the touchdown.
We are going beyond that first line, and really there's nothing there. Scipio's getting that great angle, getting that good tackle block up front. Watch this. I mean, the credit has to go to Scipio, but really becomes a rather easy trip. Put those legs in motion, let it go. That's twice now. Once on the left for a big gainer, and now to his right. Simple off-tackle stuff, Gary.
Fainal, Nelson, Kosas with the block to open up the 37-yard run. Scipio already 61 yards on 3 carries and a touchdown. Samantha Smith, the kick is up, and the kick is wide to the right side. It's no good. 7:21 to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here, and the Hawks, they connect first. They lead it by a 6-0 score. The 31st touchdown by Eddie Scipio. Dick?
You'll see on the replay with the extra point, Gary, it's going to veer to Becca's right and go outside. The crossbars, no good. What a big deal with those penalties. Whoa, did they take them back? Boy, here they come with the Giacomo, and he gets around the end on the first time, and then all of a sudden, 3 in a row, they go backwards.
Dick, it is always critical to plant the seed in the Bucks' mind that perhaps the streak, and that's all they call it, is the streak, may very well come to an end. And Becca High, at least early on here, has planted the seed by scoring on a really nice drive, 70 yards and only 4 plays. When you get 67 of them out of 2 Scipio runs, it makes for a very quick drive. 7:21 to go. First period, the Hawks 6 and CB West
Especially,
nothing.
Gary, when it was so simple and so basic and so fundamental. 2 off tackles, a dive with a fullback, and an option by the quarterback.
It will be number 19, Mark Peruse, who will kick off. The sophomore, 6'1", 170. It's end over end, and it is heading in the direction of Zach Ingram. He'll let it go out of bounds. It'll come out to the 35-yard line, and CB West will put it in play, 1st and 10 for the 2nd time in the ball game.
So the Hawks get off to the bad start with 3 ill-conceived plays, then come roaring right back down, and with a ground attack, take it right down. I am amazed at where is the support? They go with 2 linebackers, but they commit one of them to a strong side, and really, after Scipio hit that hole, Gary, there wasn't much there to defend.
Bob Stem certainly loosened them up, Dick, on the first series, because he threw about 3 trick plays at them, and they weren't tricked at all, but they certainly were fooled by some of the basic stuff. In motion, Potter. The handoff goes to the deep back. That, I believe, will be Camburn carrying the football, and he gets good yardage. As coming up to make the tackle was Chepansky, along with Jason Martin, but not before Camburn will pick up 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Right before the game started, I talked to Bobby Stem, and Bob said, such athleticism on the parts of the Bucks players, And this goes to show it right here, Gary. You don't want them to establish sustained drives, because they'll not only get the yardage, but they'll beat up on you a little bit too. Physical aspect of the game.
2nd and 2 from the 43-yard line. The handoff is not given. Oriole back to throw. Oriole fires the ball out to Camburn. He's going to go down the sideline, try to cut back, and Camburn gets tackled by Pat Bettix, but not before he gets deep in the Becca High territory at the 37-yard line. That will be a pickup of 20 yards and a first down.
Very, very good call, Gary. 2nd, very short. They come out extremely tight and say, boy, it has to be a center line dive, gave it to the fullback on a great fake, a counter fake, and then he simply reached up and threw it out to Camburn in the flat.
That's Camburn's 12th catch of the year. He now has 259 yards catching the football from the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bucks. In motion, number 23 is Fran Golden. Instead, they go right up the middle with Isaacs coming up to make the hit on DiGiacomo.
They've used motion on several of their offensive sets so far, but we really haven't seen them go to the motion side. That time behind the motion, Becker ready for it along the line.
DiGiacomo came in with 1,032 yards rushing, 6 yards per carry, 21 touchdowns. He can also catch the football. He has 16 of them on the season for 228 yards and a TD. 2nd and 8 from the 35. Again, it's Potter in motion, and they give the ball off, and taking a pretty good stick that time as Dan Dissett came up to make the hit on DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo will go down at the 31-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 4.
That time they used the motion man. He came in motion, stopped, and then became the lead off their own right side. Late getting the quarterbacks playing, Coach Daly wanted to see that down and yardage situation.
It's 3rd and 4, the ball on the 31-yard line. Certainly the Bucks are in 4-down territory. It's DiGiacomo again. He's got the corner. There's Scipio with a great open field tackle. Eddie Scipio came up and went right down on the ankles of DiGiacomo. He goes down at the 29. He gains 2, and it'll be 4th and 2.
Credit both ball carrier and tackler on that one, Gary. Hit the hole, nothing there, cut it to the outside, stay away from traffic. Scipio recognizes it immediately and is up to meet him, and we come with our first crucial 4th down call.
Scipio 165, DiGiacomo 215 pounds. Eddie brought him down the only way he knew how. As you get a look at Mike Carey in his first season as the head coach here at the place. It's a long 2. DiGiacomo has the first down and more to the 20. He'll get knocked out of bounds. Down and around the 7-yard line. Tackled on the play by Martell, number 7, but that's a gain of 22 yards.
What often happens, and happens here, 4th and extremely short, so they know we're going to bang off tackle, hit the hole, and then bounce it to the outside when you get that defense converging tightly.
So, Dick, both teams getting very basic in their second drives of the football game.
Well, I think the Bucks would have stayed basic in the first if they'd advanced in the other direction.
1st and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Oriole out. Oriole drops it to DiGiacomo. We've got a touchdown. We're tied at 6.
Well, that's for 2 things. Number 1, it's for the score. Number 2, don't try to stereotype us. We're not going to be off tackle on every play. Little straighten up and throw, just a little flash out of the backfield. Wide open in that corner and carries it across. There's the pass.
4 minutes and 4 seconds to go for Oriole. That's his 13th touchdown pass of the season. DiGiacomo's 2nd touchdown catch of the year, but his 23rd touchdown of the season. In the kick, the extra point is Jim Wibberly. Holding will be DiGiacomo. This could put the Bucks on top. The kick is up. The kick is good. 4:04 to go in the first quarter. And it is Central Bucks West 7 and Becca High 6.
Nice to have that 6'4" quarterback, Gary. This straightens up and looks, and there it is.
Let's take another look at it, see how nice it was.
First down inside, probably a goal line defense. The dive fake, little rollout, make it look like pass, and then straighten up and throw. EG even has an escort out there.
Today's ball game is being brought to you by Mike Davis Auto Sales. When you're in the market for a quality used car, truck, or minivan, stop in and see Mike Davis at the intersection of Schott Avenue and Mickley Road in Whitehall, where you'll be guaranteed an honest and fair price. Mike and Bonnie Davis have worked hard in building a solid reputation that's put on the line with each new sale. Most sale vehicles come with a 6-month, 7,500-mile warranty. That's Mike Davis Auto Sales, Schott Avenue and Mickley Road, right behind Walmart and Sam's Club, off MacArthur Road in Whitehall. The drive by the Bucks, 65 yards in 7 plays. They mix a couple of pass plays in with 5 running plays, and they go up on top by a 7-6 score.
First time the wind takes its toll, blows the ball off the tee. Wibberly will come up and approach it again.
It is Scipio who is deep to receive. Martell on the other side. And to Scipio's left is John Deeser. The kickoff is headed towards Deeser, who will collect it at the 15-yard line. And Deeser's going to go down and go down very hard. As coming up was Gavin Potter and Jeff Moberg. Moberg with a real smack.
Like that kickoff, Gary. Kicks from his left hash mark, and instead of just angling it, with the soccer foot, he just goes straight across field.
The ball at the 23-yard line for the Hawks. 3 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the first quarter. 1st and 10.
I want to watch his defense closely, see if they made any adjustments.
In motion, Martell. Borda gives it to Scipio. He cuts back against the grain, gets out to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. Gavin Potter from his linebacker position is there to make the tackle. The officials will mark it at the 26, a gain of 3.
Intended to go outside. You saw Sean Nelson, number 75, on a pull block. Number 76, Justin Montgomery, try to create that hole to the outside.
Scipio's coming off a game against Cumberland Valley where he's rushed for 246 yards, had 3 touchdowns rushing, and 2 interception touchdowns. I think his interception yardage stick was over 150 yards. It's Scipio. And Eddie this time gets smacked. He got hit by Fagiani while somebody was on the bottom of the pile. Fagiani came up and nailed him as he was standing up, and it was Dave Camburn who was down at the bottom. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
You saw something there that Bob Stemp talked to me about too, Gary. He said when someone stands the ball carrier up, you're never going to see so many people swarm. And you saw about 6 or 7 black shirts come in and swarm to the ball.
So, Dick, our first obvious passing situation now for Borda since that first series. So he brings Deeser out wide to the left and puts Martell in the slot. It's going to be Martell on a little end-around action, and Martell is not going to get the first down. As 55, Gene Rich is the first one to wrap him up, along with Zach Ingram out of his cornerback position. And the Hawks are going to have to punt into the wind as they gain only a yard on the play.
And you can bet John Deeser will go back and tell the offensive personnel, hey, I had one-on-one coverage that last time.
Deeser right now is going to go back to punt the football, and the Bucks are going to get good field position. Camburn, DiGiacomo are deep to receive the punt. And shielding from the sun at the 44-yard line is DiGiacomo. Now he's going to try to run away from some people.
A little wall there,
Isaacs
Gary.
gets blocked. Oh, Isaacs got clipped and no call, Dick.
Look at that wall. You saw it develop.
Oh, there should be a penalty flag, however, on that one, as Isaacs got clipped from behind, and no flag was thrown as DiGiacomo gets it all the way down to the 26-yard line, where Dan Dissett made the tackle.
Good job here by our crew, Gary. Now this is intended to go up and make as much short yardage as you can. Instead he dodges, and now he got to retreat.
Watch the
retreat
clip.
up Bennett. And right here's where the wall forms, and Isaac's going to be the first one to get tested. Right there.
Yeah, Isaacs got hit from behind and no call. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Back to throw Oriole. Drops the ball off, and that may have been a little pass interference right there, so we might have evened things up. No penalty flag is down, and the Buck fans aren't too crazy about that non-call.
He had 2 men open. The early man going out the left, and right here, the overman is open at this time too. Might have been a little early hit. But as you said, Gary, 4 down territory.
Ball stays on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Oriole now 2 for 5 for 28 yards and a touchdown. And we're going to get maybe a little movement here by the Bucks along the line of scrimmage, as they have already been penalized 3 times for 15 yards. This will be number 4 for 20.
2 negative aspects, Barry, that Coach Carey was complaining about. Number 1, we've seen the penalty. Number 2, turnovers. That's why it was so important to the Bucks to be able to run a sustained drive in their score without the fumbles.
Mike Oriole has been a 3-year starter at quarterback. Started as a sophomore. We were down here last in that ball game against Parkland. We had him last year against Becca, and now again we've watched him grow up. 6'4", 190-pound senior.
Linebackers coming.
He'll keep, he'll roll, he'll look, he'll flip. It's caught. DiGiacomo again, first down and more, as he'll go down at the 11-yard line. Tackled on the play by Sean Martell.
What happened, Gary? I don't know if Benaric comes in on a fake or not, but Benaric comes up and they're able to get behind him. Then it's just one-on-one on that side, and again with that 6'4" size, he just laid it over the defender.
They'll mark the ball at the 13-yard line, so it'll be an 18-yard gain. First down, and DiGiacomo, who obviously has great hands besides great legs, with his second catch of the ball game. In motion, James West. West has the football, cuts up inside, great blocking, West touchdown. James West goes 13 yards for the TD. Good block by DiGiacomo.
Great lead block by DiGiacomo. West from the offside comes back with a little bit of motion, timed well, and I'll tell you, it's pretty easy traffic. There's the motion. It's West in motion. First time they've used the motion man as a ball carrier. West comes in with real good numbers, and he adds to him on this one. Great downfield block.
His first carry of the day is a touchdown run of 13 yards. West came in with a 10.7 yards per carry average, 623 yards. The kick by Wibberley is up. It is good. A minute and 32 seconds to go in the first half, or the first quarter. And it's 14, Bucks 6 for Becca High.
We've already given compliments, numerous comments to Oriole guy. Let's give him one more. He's 40-0 as a starter.
D.E. Cressman Insurance Agency is with us. They're located at 2310 Walbert Avenue in Allentown. They've been serving the Lehigh Valley for over 45 years. From business and life insurance to car and property, D.E. Cressman has the policy that will work for you. You're more than a customer when you decide to use their services. You become a member of a growing family. D.E. Cressman Insurance Agency. Call them at 610-433-1568. Dick, there are a lot of O's when you talk about the Central Bucks West team as we get another look at the touchdown replay. Great blocking up front.
Watch that lead block. Look at that 62. Now he's going to go by, but there's going to be one more. I think he comes back and gets somebody.
Well, the whole left side, Nick Daly, John Arsenault, Josh Sands, and then the lead block by DiGiacomo. And the Hawks on their heels now a little bit as they're down by a 14-6 score. As that drive was an easy one, Dick. They only needed to go 26 yards. And they did it. Although with the penalty, they ended up going 31.
A few minutes, Gary, the Hawks are going to get the wind at their back, and we'll see if the board opens up a little bit more to them.
High kickoff. Scipio collects it, drops it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. So Eddie couldn't quite handle it. And once it rolls into the end zone, you cannot bring it out in high school. I'm never quite sure why.
And probably the first time there we've seen the wind affect the field of play. Wind really carried that one deep. Actually looked like it's going to be a little short.
Dick, we're early in the ball game, and I want to make sure I apologize to the Becca High Golden Hawk Band. I think last week, I don't remember it, but I may have said something about them not being dressed for the weather. What I think I meant was that they were tough enough to play in that cold weather last week in Cumberland Valley, wore jeans and things, but some people didn't take it that way. I apologize if it bothered anyone.
Well, I think you're apologizing unnecessarily, because what you said was a credit to the kids being able to stand and do their jobs in that kind of a weather.
Pass is completed to Deeser. Golden and Camburn are there to make the tackle, and Deeser has a first down.
Very, very safe pattern. Simply looked up and threw out to the wide man.
First down number 3 for the Hawks. First pass completion of the day for Borda. Deeser, of course, has had an outstanding season. 49 catches now for over 1,000 yards. In fact, with that 11, he's at 1,086. Deeser has 6 reception touchdowns, 7 overall, 1 a kickoff return. And we're going to send everybody back to the huddle again with 1:05 to go in the first quarter.
Had a long conversation with the other wide receiver, Scott Silvoy. Scott really down in the dumps on the sideline, couldn't play, and he's smart enough to realize, though, it's his future.
Scott, a senior. And it does kill you, Dick, when you have the kind of season he had, not to be able to participate in these games. Scipio up the middle. Maybe got a yard on the carry, a whole bunch of Bucks around him. We see 55, Gene Rich in there, along with Jim Fagiani to make the tackle, a gain of a yard.
Yeah, we found anything out in that first quarter against the Bucks rushing defense, Gary. It's a little soft from the tackles on out and getting beyond that line of scrimmage, but they do play tough from tackle to tackle inside.
A lot of stories written this week about the Bucks, Dick, and about if you don't show up every week, you get demoted immediately.
That's right.
There's always a guy waiting in the wings to take your spot.
You got to, and what, you're going to get graded, and you got to have a 65 or better, or you get put down one unit.
We didn't get that on test, did we? I don't think so. Our first quarter has come to a close. You're watching the Eastern Final, PIAA Class 4A, live on RCN 4 Sports. We'll be back. The Hawks have the wind behind them now as we start the second period on a 2nd and 9. A little screen pass underneath the Deeser. He has some running room. A couple of Bucks knock one another down, and Deeser does get tripped up, tackled by Fran Golden at about the 43-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 11 yards, make it to 42, a pickup of 10.
It was a wide receiver screen, Gary. Well called. The Hawks took a little bit of time there at the end of the quarter because they wanted the wind. Immediately, Border goes to work with the wind at his back. And you got a good shot down the left side. We see the completion here. They're Deeser with a little footwork. You saw how they are shadowing or mirroring the receivers. That time they went all the way with Martell and leaving Deeser almost coming back across the middle open.
And Dick, they do give him 11 yards on the play to the 43-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Hawks. Back to throw Borda, looking Borda. Now he throws an out pattern and off the fingertips of Deeser. Tough catch as DiGiacomo is there with the coverage.
Was tough catch, off balance, a little bit out in front of him, and of course, what little sun is left, he's looking right into it right now. I think you'll see Air Border go in action now, though, with the wind at the back.
I think the wind may have floated this ball, too, a little bit, Dick. Looked like it got caught up in there and just hung, and Deeser couldn't get high enough to make the catch. From the 43, it'll be 2nd and 10. 14-6 Bucks. Becca got on the board first. Eddie Scipio with a 37-yard run. The extra point was not good, and the Bucks have had 14 unanswered points on their next 2 possessions. Penalty flag is thrown, and hold everything.
I think everybody called that one, Gary. He had movement along the Becca forward wall. Martell went in motion, and then you simply got the guy on the end that he moved.
Let's see if we can see it here. There's the movement right there, Dick. I believe Bettix or Isaacs, maybe.
Isaac.
That's the first Becca penalty for 5 yards. And pushes the ball back to the 38-yard line.
Don't forget, the more they pass or show pass, the better weapon a Scipio draw would be.
Deeser lined up on a tight end on the right side. And there goes Borda. Borda, good protection. And he fires towards Deeser, and it is incomplete. Overthrown, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15.
Got a good idea there, Gary, what we're talking about on this mirror shadowing. Scipio is just doing his dive fake. Watch this. Linebacker goes all the way over with Scipio. Totally ignores Borda on the rollout.
And what's that word you used at the beginning of the show?
Well, there was spy. I've heard spy. I've heard shadow. I've heard, but all today I've heard mirror.
Well, that was the mirror at work right there. Yeah. Where Scipio goes, you go. Out of the gun for the first time for Borda.
Ooh, look at this overload. Watch Isaac's tight end.
Scipio will go in motion, so Borda is all by himself back there. High snap, Borda looking. He's in trouble. He fires. Oh, no flag thrown. And that time it looked like Deeser might have gotten hit early. Zach Ingram with the coverage.
Deeser had to come back to the ball. Borda really under pressure. And Deeser's down there doing a little politicking.
We do have a penalty thrown, but it's going to be against the Hawks in the backfield. Back at the 34-yard line in the backfield, and I think it'll be denied. Illegal block is the call, and that penalty will be declined.
Yeah, decline the big one because they do want the ball. Let's see if Deeser pins him back now with a high spiral. I must agree with you on that last one, Gary. More so in the first one. I thought he was all over him.
Deeser will punt. This is the 3rd punt by Deeser. End over end again.
Look at that wall.
And running room from the 27-yard line as Kimburn will go down by Bettix.
And I tell you, Bettix has to make the stop because they had return on again. The entire right side of the Bucks line just peeled off to their right on the punt, and that wall was all set up. If he gets by Beddick, he pretty much free sailing.
35-yard punt, and then Beddick's with the good defensive play as the ball is marked at the 36-yard line. And now the Hawks have to find a way to stop the Bucks. The last 2 times, CB West has scored. Out of the I formation. In motion is Potter. Handoff, DiGiacomo puts his head down, barrels forward, up over the 40, up to about the 41 or 2. Greg Mitchell, the linebacker there to make the tackle. Looks like a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
First opportunity you really had to mention Mitchell today. Mitchell comes in as a leading tackler, 106.5. On the line of scrimmage, Isaac's 105.5. So those 2 guys are really busy along that defensive end.
The Bucks with their 4 running backs. DiGiacomo 1,032 coming in. Bob Warden, we haven't seen him yet. 749 coming in. Camburn 400, but the 14 yards per carry average. And James West with a 10.7 yards per carry average, 623 yards coming in. Here comes the pitch. DiGiacomo, he has become the workhorse. He gets outside, he'll get the first down. He'll go down right at the 49, maybe midfield. As Deeser is there, Beddick is there. They'll mark it at the 50, a gain of 8 and a first down.
Pretty good lead block. Really the first time they've gone outside and they used the old USC convoy thing. Boy, Beddick is a yeoman job. Both sides of the ball.
Ball on the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. From midfield, in motion goes Gavin Potter. Handoff. DiGiacomo looking. Oh, there's a stick. There's a stick by Greg Mitchell. Dick, remember last year the Dustin Pisciotti-Gregoric matchup?
I saw some teeth fillings when we were down on the field down there from last year yet.
Well, it didn't happen here last year.
Oh, my. Yeah, well, it flew that far.
Yeah. Gain of a yard.
Fans like that choke that much?
Yeah.
Stomping.
Doesn't sound like more like a hit in anger. 2nd and 9. The Hawks really starting to stuff the line of scrimmage. As getting down to the 45-yard line. Szczepanski there to make the tackle.
A good point, Gary. They are stuffing the line scrimmage a little bit more. You can see Bucks lining up what has to be their running formation. They're not even 4 deep. And so you gamble a little bit defensively because the run has hurt you.
Camburn picks up 4. 3rd and 5. And
just got to watch that swing back coming out of the backfield.
This is a big play right here, Dick. The Hawks have to stop this offense. Good place to stop them. Here comes the pitch to Camburn. Camburn is tripped up in the backfield. Good play by Bednarik. Adam Bednarik reached around a blocker and tripped Camburn up. As Camburn's going to gain a couple, and Dick, it's 4th and 3.
Bednarik did a real good job. Here he wards off a blocker and simply gets the arm out. You can see him from that prone position, extending that hand and getting a tackler. Look at this. They're going for it.
They're going for it. They're the Bucks.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, the fans won't let him. Wow. They won't let him punt, huh?
Huge play here. 7:55 to go in the 2nd quarter. DiGiacomo is in at quarterback. That's where he was when Oriole was suspended.
That means optioning, huh?
They're not going to make it unless he has a great play. He does not. He goes down on a great play by Pat Beddick. And the Hawks hold.
Well, you talk about confidence. There's confidence offensively, and now you have the defense coordinator simply say, hey, let's go out and play some defense.
Loss of 2 on the play gives the Hawks the football. 1st and 10 on the Bucks, or on the Hawks, 45.
To stop the offensive machine, the Hawks need a penalty, a turnover, or a stop. They got to stop.
Let's see if the Hawks can capitalize. From the 45, Borda back. Little pump and go. And he puts it up top, and it's over the outstretched hands of Deeser. Coverage supplied on the play by James West.
Nice call. Like the call, little slant in, which he pumps, and then the stop by Deeser and a simply V out. Tracked at double coverage, overthrown.
Borda 0 for his last 4. The ball stays on the 45-yard line, 2nd and 10. The clock is stopped. Dick, for Becca, this is a rather quickly moving first half. That means that the West team has had the ball a little longer. The clock doesn't run all that much when Becca has it because they throw the ball so much. Martell in motion. They're going to throw to Scipio. Is it a lateral? It is not. The officials say it's a forward pass. Incomplete.
Well, it was simply thrown in the flat, trying to isolate Scipio, and Borda took a hit. Scipio took a hit, and the ball was almost red defensively. Watch
the hit
Cumberland Valley last year.
Watch the hit on Scipio. Coming up to nail him was Gavin Potter, number 21.
Scipio slots.
3rd and 10. Borda rolls, looks, and again a wobbler, but this one is complete, and I think it's a first down.
What a sensational job by Deeser. He measured his curl and his out route, Gary, perfectly. Look at that. Sticks right there.
Gain of 11, DiGiacomo with the tackle.
Boy, does that show hours and hours of work. Timing pattern, finds the out of bounds, keeps his feet in, and knows he has the extra half yard.
Deeser with all 3 catches. As the ball marked just inside the 45, we'll call it the 44-yard line. First down, number 5 for the Hawks. Handoff, Scipio coming up, and now Miss Jean Rich fumble on the play. Beck, I think, got it back. No, they say the Bucks have it. Hold everything. Becca has the football. Martell, I believe, on the bottom of the pile.
But what a hit by Kyle McNeely. Hits him high, drags him, pushes him back, ball jarred loose. Good defense.
And there'll be a loss of 10 on the play. Watch it again.
Watch his hit guard. He's going to take him with him right now.
That's Rich.
Oh, that's 55.
Yeah, that's Rich.
And there comes the ball loose. Yeah, it appeared that Martell had it all the way.
Scipio on the fumble. And there goes Scipio. And Scipio may get a first down. He does. Oh, what a nice run by Eddie Scipio. All the way down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 21 yards. Gavin Potter on the tackle.
Good call, Gary. They went away from their power set. Deeser was isolated over here on the right side, and Scipio's limping off.
Delaware beating Lehigh 31-10 at halftime.
Watch this now. Let's see where he picks up the gimpy ankle. Good call, good individual work.
First down, number 6.
And that'll bring Bednarik in at the tailback.
Now let's go.
From the 33-yard line, it is Adam Bednarik, number 11. And Bednarik on the lateral. That'll be a lateral. And Bednarik gets to the outside, and he'll gain about 3 or 4, depending on where the officials mark it. Camburn drills him out of bounds.
Talk about making something out of nothing. Borda is almost dragged down when he gives his pass up. Bednarik goes right to work. Even for one, here comes Scipio back in.
Gain of 4 by Bednarik, 2nd and 6.
With a body draped all over him, gets it off to Bednarik. Only a soft. Deeser wide. He's going to draw DiGiacomo.
Martell in motion. Borda inside handoff Scipio. He's not going anywhere. Gene Rich is there again.
That's a repeat.
Young man can play. Back to the 31, a loss of a yard.
Hawks have been able to come up with 2 big plays in a row in that situation now.
3rd and 7.
Rich, number 55, a 6'1 junior, listed at 255.
Come on, teacher, on defense!
Mike Carey is volatile on the sidelines. His team averages 396 yards on offense, gives up 167 a game on D. Borda steps up. Borda fumbles the ball. The Bucks have it. Number 44, Angelo Barillo, is there to recover the fumble.
That's pressure. The only thing, Rich was in the middle of something again.
First turnover of the football game belongs to the Bucks.
See this one developing, Gary. Great coverage on Deeser to begin with. I watched that. And right here, let's see who jars it. I do believe it was Rich again. No, Rich is there in the top.
Gorilla all over the fumble. He's a 6'3", 270-pound senior. First and 10 from the 33-yard line for CB West. So they stop the Hawk drive. Give the ball off to Camburn. He keeps barreling forward and has a first down. Camburn will pick up about 12. Adam Bednarik with the tackle.
So he almost got his 13 yards per carry average, huh? Boy, their ability to come back, you know. That time they held him to 3rd and long.
Camburn 25 yards on 5 carries. DiGiacomo 43 yards on 8 carries as you get a look at Mike Carey. It's a lot of carries. DiGiacomo. No, that's Camburn. Camburn's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line, a gain of 8. Eric Newell is there to make the tackle, along with John Deeser.
We've been talking for many, many years, Gary, about the fundamental skills of these kids. Watch the way ball handlers switch hands, switch arms, getting the ball to the outside where they can protect it with the sideline. A very, very fundamental skill.
Some of the Buck fans looking for a flag on that play. Certainly, these two teams are hitting each other with intensity. 2nd and 2 from the 47. DiGiacomo up the middle. DiGiacomo to the outside, watch out. He could go 47 yards. Deeser has a beat on him, will put him down at the 20. DiGiacomo goes 27 yards for the first down.
Only Deeser's speed saved the touchdown. Little trap play. Call it the old gut running. Now he's going to cut it outside. Watch the ball. Look at that. Ball in the left hand to the right hand when he knows he's going on the right side. Deeser the trail and the stop.
First down number 7, 4:30 to go in the 2nd quarter. DiGiacomo now with 70 yards rushing on 9 carries.
Look at that run formation, Gary. 3 yards deep.
Handoff goes to West. West cuts up inside, and West will get down to around the 11-yard line. Pick up about 8 or 9. Scipio comes up to make the tackle.
I want to explain that philosophy a little bit. Some guys, a la Southern Cal, love to put that tailback about 8 deep. What it says is run to daylight. Pick your hole, don't run a number. This type, as you're seeing now, they line the backs up 3 to 4 away. They're always ready to hit that line of scrimmage and get off the short block.
Gain of 8 on the play. West with 21 yards on his 2 carries from the 12-yard line. 2nd and 2. And Camburn in motion. And the handoff goes to number 2, Bob Warden. And Bob Warden close to a first down. The set there to make the tackle from his linebacker spot. And it looks like the Bucks may have the first down. They do not. They're going to be stopped about a yard shy, so we can only give a yard on the carry to Warden. 3rd and 1 from the 11.
And of course, 2 downs to play with.
Getting a jump, DiGiacomo. He's got the first down. Look at him barrel forward. Down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 7. Deeser there to make the tackle. First down, number 8. It's 1st and goal to go.
Gary, you're going to count him down and out with maybe still fighting for that 3rd down. Now watch this. There's the hit. Watch how he keeps, and right off it. Geez, good second effort.
Central Bucks will call a timeout with 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the first half. And we will keep it right here as they'll be looking at a 1st and goal to go from the 4. And Dick, so far, the Bucks have been everything we thought they would be.
Yeah, we expected the finesse. but we didn't expect that amount of power. They have showed some power running. I mean, running from a 3-yard deep position. The fullback really is the deep back in that situation. And sprinkling the little throws in there, the little lookouts and things like that. I mean, you have not yet even seen a quarterback run the ball, dominating with the offensive game so far.
And it's been a while since they've lost the football game, so no surprise.
PW, 1996 in a PIAA playoff game.
The success that has occurred here over the years has been absolutely phenomenal. And Dick, driving down here today, the thought came to me that if they don't win a state championship, they almost get a sense they haven't had a good season. Hard to believe. Because they are so used to doing it. Last year it was not easy, 14-13 over Erie Cathedral Prep. And they're still looming again this season. First and goal to go from the 4. And off. This time, DiGiacomo meets Mr. Mitchell. And Mr. Mitchell won that battle as he puts him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
They've been running off tackle, in fact, a little bit inside tackle. And it seems that the Hawks are just, employing people there. You saw the other linebacker on the inside, Dezet and Bednarik, there to support Mitchell.
Mitchell has a little Gregoricism in him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He has a little dad in him. Bob Mitchell, the football coach at Northwestern. Let's try Camburn to the outside. Camburn with a straight arm, and he's in for the touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run, Dave Camburn.
A real good straight arm, running parallel to the line of scrimmage. I really did think they hit it outside, Gary, to take it in, and they did. Good pull block.
Camburn's 5th rushing touchdown of the season. He has 7 overall. And the Bucks are going to call a timeout with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go.
Let's see, the straight arm was a sign of finesse, and then lowering your head at the goal line and bowling over the runner for the touchdown. That was the power phase.
That drive, 67 yards in 8 plays, culminated by the Camburn run. You got a beautiful view of what is an absolutely gorgeous day.
Certainly is.
We are, I believe, as Ricky, our director, points out, and I know he's right, we are in Langhorne, PA.
Langhorne, PA.
Yeah. There you get a look at Chris Popick as he's giving you that shot. And the interesting part of that shot is Chris's mom is now watching Chris because he has RCN at home. And we say hello to Mrs. Popick, and we're trying to keep him warm. We told him he was going to be cold today, and I know he dressed for it. So don't worry, Mom. He'll be all right. Jim Wibberley comes in to kick the extra point. Each one is important because Becca missed their first one. And DiGiacomo holds. It's down, kick is up, and that one doesn't look too pretty. And that's wide to the right. That's exactly the kind of kick that Samantha had at that end of the field, Dick.
Gary, one more comment about the streak. It all started 58 games ago. Do you know who the victim was? Saw him last week against Becca, Cumberland Valley.
Is that right?
Yep.
So these guys have not tasted defeat. I'm sure many of them have never tasted defeat. I don't know if any of those guys were on that squad 4 years ago.
How about that Mike Oriole streak? 40 undefeated starts.
Not too bad, huh?
Jeez. 40, 58. We didn't score that in a night. I know you're going to add to that, Gary. More than a night.
They have more wins.
I was going to say a half
than you scored in a night. Mike Pettin, of course, lost 42 football games out of 372.
You notice he's cringing a little bit in the back when they pass.
Is that? Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt the cringe.
He is up here in the booth with us.
2nd and 2, and they pass. 1st and 8, they pass. He cringed slightly.
Thought he was a little tougher though, Dick. I know he loves to play golf, but he says it's got to be 50 degrees or he's just not out there.
He has to deal with his friends.
He said he'd practice in any weather, but not golf.
Watch for this cross corner kick now. See if he does it again.
So Scipio is back,
does.
but they're going to keep it away from him, and it looks like it's going to roll out of bounds. It does. The ball come out on the 35-yard line. And the Hawks have 2 minutes and 7 seconds to work with, and Dick, nobody uses the clock better.
Yeah, they got to stay in it, that's for sure. Can't put the heads down now. You know, bang away, and hopefully something could happen in 2:07.
They do have all of their timeouts left. And they certainly, we've seen it many times, are capable of running a 2-minute drill as well as you can run it in high school.
And not bad field position. Ball's going to come in play after being out of bounds on 35-yard line.
So we'll keep an eye on the receivers as we see Deeser will line up on the right side. Martell will go out wide on the left side. Isaacs in the tight end spot. Board is going to roll to the left. He's going to look and turn it upfield and get drilled. As 21, Gavin Potter was there to put him down, and then in a sportsmanlike manner, he picks him back up again. No gain on the play.
They like that number-to-number way to stick, Gary. When they get in a one-on-one situation, off the other side, Rich is coming. But watch this. He almost, you know, like wants to put the number right on the chest. Hurts a little bit more, I guess, that way.
No gain on the play. The ball stays at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. 1 minute and 30 to go in the first half. And here goes a quick pitch out to Scipio, and he's not going anywhere. As Eddie Scipio got stood up by number 33, or 32, Adam Scholl, 6 foot, 230-pound senior, and hit Scipio back at the 31, a loss of 4.
Of course, clock rolling. We're down to about 1:10 right now in a third down situation. Hawks have been here the last 2 times. With a 3rd and long, we're able to convert.
So Scipio's number has gone backwards a little bit as he now has 84 yards on 10 carries.
Oh, you might want to throw something safe now, Gary. You know, don't take a chance that last minute.
DiGiacomo again locks up on Deeser. Back to throw Borda, looking to his left side and almost intercepted as Camburn was over there, and he took out may have taken out a coach.
What he did is he ran the circle route out of the backfield. Used his speed. He attracted 2 defenders. You'll see one up on the man, and there's support by the safety coming over.
So there's still 41 seconds to go. And it looks like the Bucks are going to go for the block, Dick. As they're coming to get him. Deeser gets it away. And DiGiacomo will collect it at the 27-yard line. Now he looks to get around Isaacs, and he cannot. The punt, 42 yards.
Let's see how the Bucks play it now with 30 seconds to go. They load up on the line, come with 10. A little bit of pressure. Deeser gets off. The low one has to be fielded on the roll by DiGiacomo. Bucks are going to have position on about right on their own 35.
The Bucks have 1 timeout left. They may be happy with a 20-6 halftime lead. They have been outstanding. They have scored 3 of the last 4 times they've had a possession.
Yeah, they're going to probably take a knee. They got a safety valve back there.
So Oriole will just drop down, and that will end the first half. And the Bucks, for them, it was a good one, as they lead the ball game by a 20-6 score. We'll put the numbers together for you, and we will, of course, give you all the halftime stats as you get a look at the Bethlehem Catholic High cheerleaders. And we promised that we would get them on today, and we have an opportunity to do that. Or is that CB? That might be the CB West cheerleaders. It is. So Beckett's girls are on the far side, so we can't get them up close and personal. You see the arithmetic. We'll give you some more when we come back. Everybody standing around the sidelines.
That surprised me. I didn't know it was just that big.
Becca is still way up the hill, so it'll be a while till they get here and have an opportunity to warm up. But it does give us an opportunity, Dick, to talk about, believe it or not, basketball right around the corner. We've already had 4 Lafayette basketball games coming your way, and we are going to be back inside, which is good news. Dick and I will be over at Wilson live around 7:30. We will come on the air on Tuesday night, Saucon Valley at Wilson. Both teams were impressive last night. Saucon in a loss to Allen, but they played them very well. And Wilson in a victory in the Kutztown tournament. They're in the championship final tonight against Salisbury. Speaking of Salisbury, we'll have them next Friday night. Chris Michael and I, as Dick is going away for a bit, as Chris Michael and I will do that ball game for you. And Dick, I'm going to move over to your seat.
Yeah, I heard.
It's been a while since I've been a color man, and I always enjoyed it. So I will be doing that, as we'll have Caddy at Salisbury for you next Friday live. Princeton Lafayette doubleheader starting at 5:30 on Wednesday. That's always a very interesting matchup. And a huge wrestling match next Saturday night. Wilson at Easton. Wilson being touted as one of the top AA teams in the entire state. And Easton, maybe the top AAA team in the state, maybe one of the top AAA teams in the entire nation. And it's good to see the Hawks have finally arrived.
Yeah, you look for changes. You look for corrections, additions, deletions. Interesting to see that, to me, what goal they're going to defend, what goal they're going to select to play with in the fourth quarter.
Advantage in the first half. Certainly the Hawks had momentum after the Scipio touchdown, but the Bucks grabbed it right back. And Dick, the missed extra point, I think, hurt them early. Now they're back on even keel after Wyberly missed the extra point on the third on Bucks touchdown. So now it's critical for the Hawk defense to stop the Bucks, and certainly critical for the Hawk offense to put some more points on the board as they restart the clock now, reset it at 3 minutes, and give both teams an opportunity to warm up.
Yeah, Gary, that clock is extremely important. You wonder, of course, if the Bucks do get a drive or a touchdown, how long it's going to take them in that. Then you turn around and you got another touchdown deficit if you're a Hawk, and you're saying, I'm not only beating the Bucks, now I got to beat that darn clock.
Oriole warming up down here below us as he's playing catch with Jeff Johnson. And you get a look at Live Star 4. We hope you're enjoying our live coverage. If you have some Becca High fans that are here today, didn't get a chance to watch the ball game, we will be back on with the tape replay tomorrow night. That's Sunday at 5 o'clock. So they'll have an opportunity to give it another look for the Eastern Final. These two teams have reached this pinnacle of football success 2 years in a row. Last year, it was the Bucks that came away with the victory as they won the ball game 26-24.
You wonder right away, if there are going to be any Hawk changes, will it be personnel? It'll be the way in which they throw the ball. They started out showing you that halfback pass option with Scipio, got away from that. Then it was the flea flicker. Now you say, can I shoot these darn things twice? Or are the Bucks waiting for that too?
It looks like Lehigh's season is coming to a close as they're down 47-10 now in the third period, late in the third period. So Kevin Higgins' team with a great run this year. And certainly, Dick, they're going to lose to a great football team. Delaware year in, year out is one of the best.
Yeah, well, Delaware CB West. You know what I mean? They just reload and come at you with numbers and just some great coaching. That wing T, you talk about getting something down to perfection.
I think Tubby Raymond was quoted this week that he won't quit until Paterno quits.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Tubby's in his late 60s, maybe early 70s.
No, I think he is 70s. Tubby's
yeah.
in his 72 or 73.
The captains will walk, the co-captains will walk across the field, I believe, and meet one another, as CB West will have the opportunity to choose, and I'd be shocked, Dick, if they didn't take the football. I think they are going to get the ball on offense to start this second half. Be interesting with what Becca does with the wind, because the wind right now is blowing quite heavily and looks like a bit of a crosswind.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys right now, I'd have to give it some thought if I'm going out there. And I have the option, I just might say I want that wind in the fourth quarter. And I'm talking about either team. I'm talking about the team up, and of course Becca then would have to take the ball.
DiGiacomo is ready to walk out to the middle of the field, and he's getting the...
Look at Carey. Carey's down there coaching. He's even coaching when they're going out for the coin toss. Boy, he's earned his dues, Gary. Here since 77, associate head coach since 92.
Why is the moon out in the middle of the day? Must be some sort of astronomical reason for that. Camber will join DiGiacomo. And coming out for the Hawks, Deeser, Mitchell, Isaacs, And 42, Andrew Schwab. Dick, it was obvious that the Bucks made some adjustments after the second possession by the Hawks as things were opening up big holes. The Hawks were opening up big holes in the second possession, and those holes weren't there anymore.
It appeared when they came out, their defensive scheme, Gary, and I didn't talk to anybody about this, was stop the big play. And the big play there is Scipio or Deeser. Well, they did get hurt with a couple long runs, but it wasn't the real bomb, the one play and done thing that hurt them. And that really almost came to be in the very first sequence because they saw it 3 times.
The Bucks are going to take the football, and the Hawks are going to take the win. So the Hawks did just what the Bucks did in the first half. Teams are rallying around their coaches and their captains. And we're almost ready to start the final 24 minutes of the PIAA Class 4A Football Eastern Final. The winner gets to play next Saturday evening at 5 o'clock.
At Hershey, huh?
At Hershey against either Erie Cathedral Prep or Mount Lebanon.
Yeah, they Cathedral struggled a little bit before subduing Altoona 20-14 in double overtime after they whacked them earlier in the year rather easily. But they said Mount Lebanon has a couple individual players that are pretty good.
Paul Plattenberg in the booth with us today, doing his usual terrific job spotting. And also, Dick, being a little bit of a bon vivant.
Yeah, 93 people. I have it checked. 94 that he said hello to. You know, they're all important.
They're all in the booth.
They're all wheels and everything else.
Actually, I think he could run for election up here in the Neshaminy booth.
I know he could run for
probably,
something.
Although
life.
Well, if he won, I'd demand a recount. There's no doubt about that.
That could take a while.
It is going to be Peruse who will kick it off.
He's going to use a hash mark too, Gary. Not in the middle of the field.
Deep to receive. Camburn is back there.
He could end zone this one. With that wind, and he has those low trajectories, his big powers.
It will be collected by Ingram. No, it won't. He'll drop the ball. Pick it up at the 5-yard line. And an unbelievable block thrown downfield by Jim Fignani. Oh my, did he plant Bednarik. Dan Dissett makes the tackle, but Bednarik got crushed, Dick, on a block.
I don't think anybody was watching the return.
Watch Ingram here with this block. Number 11 is...
That's Peruse.
You didn't quite see the hit. The ball on the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bucks.
Look at that, Gary. 2 yards deep.
And the handoff. Goes to the man in motion. And barreling is Camburn. And dragging people is Camburn. Deeser in on the tackle, but not before Camburn gets it all the way up the midfield as he picks up 19 yards. They get to 18 on the first carry, and Camburn may be shaken up.
Yeah, he is. This is a real good run. It's a good power run. Again, we emphasize by not starting deep, and you see it here. Look at this pull block. Look at that lineman coming at you. Hit.
See how he hurts himself here. Oh, he grabbed. First he was worried about he may have fumbled. Looks like an ankle, Dick.
Boy, and he is good defensively. Extremely good defensively. In fact, we heard more about his defense than we did his offense.
As talented as this team is, when they all talked about their best player, they talked about Dave Camburn. And I asked the Bucks, I said, well, wait a minute. You've got 3 other running backs with better numbers. They said nobody can run as fast, as hard as Camburn. And so even DiGiacomo, who has some great numbers, over 1,000 yards, it's Camburn who everybody was talking about. And I think he hurt his ankle, Dick, as he lips off the sideline.
Yeah, and he's coming off with that thing really gangly. We'll see it again here, Gary. The end of a real good run.
And you were right. He is an outstanding defensive player. It may be the knee or the ankle. The ball on the 49-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Camburn with 55 yards on 8 carries. DiGiacomo. Boy, he didn't go forward. We got a couple of yards and then got nailed. Dissett was there. Mitchell was there. And they'll mark it at the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2.
Whenever there's short yardage or stops, you can count on the Becker core linebackers to be in somewhere around.
DiGiacomo, the leading ball carrier for West, 79 yards and 12 carries. And I'm sure he'll be a workhorse here in the second half. James West is in for Camburn. DiGiacomo right up the middle. He'll get inside the 45 to the 44. He'll gain 5. It'll be 3rd and 3. Dissett and Mitchell in on the tackle.
You know, someone else down now for the Bucks.
That's Justin Alton, 6'3", 265-pound junior right tackle. And Alton is shaken up.
Take a peek right now. Acting as if it were a lower extremity.
So the last couple of plays, 2 of the outstanding players for the Bucks have been shaken up. Here they appear to be checking the ankle again. Let's take another look at it.
Over the ball, here he comes.
Oh yeah, Dick, he got the knee really twisted up in that pile. As he was trying to throw a block, somebody hit him from behind. And it's good to see Alton may be able to get up under his own power here. They're all big kids.
They are.
He's 265 pounds. As you go across the line of scrimmage, 255 Rich, Sands 255, Daly 260, and how about their tight end Varillo?
Yeah, that's
270 pounds.
And Bob Stem was pointing out and referring to athleticism on the kids, on the part of these kids. Right there, the one you see him helping off, number 75, Dennis Riley, is the one he talked about at 6'3" and 240. He said that's average.
So Alton is helped off the field on a big 3rd and 3 from the 44. Warden in motion. The handoff goes inside to DiGiacomo. He does not have the first down. Bottom of the pile, Sean Nelson, Mitchell, and Isaacs.
I was going to say, Gary, before the injury, is this 3 or 4 down territory now? Because we saw them go for it in a longer 4th and something previously.
Gain of a yard. Ball on the 43. 4th and 2.
They're not even thinking of kicking.
The last time they did this, the Hawks held.
Yeah, that's when DiGiacomo went a quarterback.
Similar situation. It was a 4th and 2 then.
Oh, split backs.
Oriole turns around, gives it to DiGiacomo, and I don't think he got it. A great tackle. Deeser comes up. John Deeser to make the hit at the ankles. I don't think DiGiacomo got forward progress more than a yard. First down, Hawks.
Well, we talked about a little spying and a little mirroring. I think John Deeser's doing some of it on his own right here. He is way up from the safety to come to the line of scrimmage to make the stop. DiGiacomo able to shake a few tackles. If he gets around that one, he's going to have first down territory.
From the 43-yard line, the Hawks will put it in play. Scipio with 84 yards rushing in the first half. Borda 33 yards passing. Deeser with all of the catches. Borda back. Borda's under pressure. He's going down. Number 32. And Adam Shull in to make the hit. Back at the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, a loss of 8.
Bob Stem had said, Gary, much earlier in the year, if there is a question mark, it would be along the offensive line. Able to get great penetration. The Bucks have been able to do that all day and able to put the pressure on Borda.
So a 2nd and 18 on the loss of 8 from the 35-yard line. Handoff goes to Bettix. Bettix, who doesn't run very often, but usually does run successfully, picks up 13 yards on the carry.
Well, what they did is they loaded up with trips left, and it took 4 defenders outside and it simply weakened the middle. Straight handoff deep to Bettix, and he finds a lot of daylight and a lot of running room to the tune of about 16 yards.
Great block thrown on the play by Fainal to open things up, as he got Rich out of the play, and that hasn't happened very often today. Scipio to the outside, first down. Eddie Scipio to the 46-yard line.
Their only touchdown drive of the day. They did it with 4 plays. 2 outside tackled, 1 dive to the fullback and a quarterback option. Here, Gary, 2 plays that netted over 20. They did it with a fullback dive, and now again, the off tackle by Scipio.
West and Rich in on the tackle to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks. Their 7th first down of the game. Back to throw Borda. Borda looking, he's got Deeser. Deeser downfield, makes the catch. Deeser all the way down to the 11, make it the 12-yard line. A gain of 34 yards and a first down.
Bob Stem comes back from a big 2nd down deficit with 2 good running plays. Now Buck's thinking just a little bit. Watch that run. He lays it up to his prime receiver, who's way over 50 now, and makes a good catch. And the Hawks are knocking.
7 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The ball down on the 12-yard line of the Bucks. Beautifully thrown ball that time by Borda to Deeser. Deeser 4 catches, 67 yards. Borda to Scipio. Scipio to the outside. And the ball is loose. They're going to say he was down by contact. And he may have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
We all know about Deeser's speed, but how about his hands? Bob Stem says he, Isaac, and Mitchell are the glue of this team.
Gavin Potter makes the tackle, 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 11. Ball at the 13-yard line, 7:05. Trips to the right side. Nobody in the backfield, and Scipio will lead. And we may have to delay a game, Dick.
That's the area it comes from. That's a killer. Well, maybe not. Maybe it opens the field a little bit more. You know, when you run those receivers deep in the end zone, they get a little bit more room to spread it out now.
Now they need 16 yards for the first down. They can get a first down.
That's
at
obvious.
The 2-yard line.
Obvious pass, Gary, because he's naked in the backfield, unless quarterback draw.
It's a kind of play where they often just flip it out to Scipio with 3 blockers in front of him and see what he can do. And they're going to come out, Dick, with the same set. And here goes Scipio again. Let's see if that's what they run.
Oh, look at that.
It's a screen underneath. Deeser. Deeser cuts inside. Deeser touchdown. Oh my, 18 yards. Touchdown pass.
They set it up last time. This time they did it from the left-hand side of the field. It just delays as everybody else goes and then comes straight across the middle on that wide receiver screen. Dances a little bit, jukes a little bit, and has himself 6 and the Hawks 12.
Borda to Deeser on a great call for 18 yards and a touchdown. And the critical extra point coming up with 6:42 on the clock in the 3rd period. And Samantha Smith is in to kick the extra point. It's down and it's smothered. 31, Zach Ingram comes in to block the kick. And it's 20-12 in the 3rd.
So 2 extra points loom, and the one that the Bucks missed looms. You know, you're talking about the Hawks with a score and a 2-point conversion, and it's only a tie because the last one was missed by the Bucks.
For Deeser, that was his 8th touchdown of the year, his 7th by reception. And for Borda, that was his 18th touchdown pass of the season to make it 20-12. And it's ironic, Dick, that Bob Stem, who loves to go for 2, if indeed they score again, will be forced to do just that.
I thought they might go for 2 in that one.
You don't get it, come up to the wall. Borda now on the day, 5 for 13 for 67 yards and a touchdown.
And if you're looking at Deeser's number again, they are big. Last week, 6 receptions for 120 yards.
So the Hawk defense came up big. The Hawk offense took advantage. We have ourselves a ball game. Peruz will kick it off. It's high, it's end over end, and it's collected at the 7-yard line by Ingram. And boy, can you hear the
good coverage
hitting going on down there. Knocked out of bounds is Ingram. at the 27-yard line.
Pretty
Cindy
good coverage
Guijo
by the
giving
Hawks.
us the sounds of the game. Dan Fantasia with the tackle. The players are giving us the hits.
Here it is again. Now he'll take it outside of the sideline. I don't know how he gets away from that crowd. But he's going to step outside, out of bounds.
The ball on the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bucks. 6:33 to go, third period. DiGiacomo, the lone setback. But the handoff instead will go to James West. And again, the hitting. Or Warden carrying the football. Bob Warden, the ball carrier, and he'll get it up to the 29, a gain of 2. Mitchell and Isaacs in on the tackle.
And with half of the third quarter elapsed, Gary, it's the Hawks who are doing the hitting this time. Well, you know, I think they took offense to that run it on the 4th up there. You know, say this is 4-down territory, and if not, we'll hold you defensively.
2nd and a short 8 or a long 7, depending on how you want to look at it, just under 6 minutes. Resetting is Potter. A double wing, but Potter's going to come out of there and get in the backfield. Inside handoff, goes to Warden. Little misdirection play, Richard, that will get him a first down. Isaacs in on the tackle as they'll get to the 43-yard line, and that's a gain of 14 yards and a first down.
What makes that such a good call, Gary, is you got the motion going one way, so your linebackers especially are going to lean. And once you get them a little bit off balance, it's easy to get that crack block. And that time, a real good cutback off the counter.
1st and 10 for the Bucks. First down, number 10 in the ball game. Warden again in motion. This time DiGiacomo has it. Mitchell runs into him and puts him down as he got some help on the play from Dissett. They'll mark it at the 48. That's a gain of 5.
And this is what the Bucks would love to do the most. 2nd and 5, 3rd and short. You know, eat clock, not have to pass. Trying to find Mr. Camberg. Gary was no longer on the bench.
We do see James or Justin Alton up walking around. Camburn is down there by the coach. The pitch comes back to Warden. Warden has a first down. As Warden will rumble down to the 43-yard line in Becca territory. Martell knocks him out of bounds, but that's a gain of 9 yards and another first down.
Had 2 carries this time for the first down. One inside, a trap, and now the outside with a pitch. So they're testing everything.
Such a well-drilled football team.
Yeah, that's what you notice.
They go to misdirection to make sure Becca has to play them honestly defensively, as Isaacs is going to go to the sideline. As it may be an equipment problem, but the Hawks are going to send Andrew Schwab in, it looks like. Nope, Isaacs is back. The Bucks fans not real patient with that situation. They are a great following, Dick. They were here early when we arrived and piled in. And I'll tell you what, though, the Hawk fans made the trek. Their sideline, their stands are packed with Hawk fans.
Counter.
That's Warden again.
Mitchell again.
And Mitchell again. As Mitchell will put him down at the 40, a gain of 3.
That time, want to use deception, Gary, run away from the lead block. He might have counted it out just a little bit wide, lost a step in going up the middle.
It's critical for the Bucks to keep the clock on their side. They want to run the ball. The Hawks, they have a tendency to score a little quicker. And the Bucks, they just like to ram it down your throat. DiGiacomo up, Warden behind him in the eye. And delay a game again?
Spot.
Or do we have motion?
Look at Carey.
No, delay a game.
You know, Jim Carey comes in here with quite a background, Gary. We said assistant here since '77, assistant head coach since '92, and his background includes a CB West lineman, Pitt University, Oakland, and some even with the Calgary Stampeders.
Speaking of Pitt, Dustin Picciotti did go to Pitt, their big fullback from last year. He did not redshirt. He did play this year and saw some action. In motion, Warden back to throw Oriole, and he'll get it off as DiGiacomo almost dropped it, but did manage to pin it against his waist, hang on, and looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage. Jason Martin was there to make the tackle, and it's going to be a third and about 10.5.
So they look into their playbook for an obvious 3rd and 10. By obvious, we mean passing situation, and let's see if the Bucks go to that.
I don't know if they ever have an obvious passing situation. From the 43, another big play, but again, they might be in 4-down territory. They've only punted once. Oriole back, Oriole looking, Oriole firing. Isaacs is there to knock it down. Great defensive play by Brandon Isaacs. Pass intended for James West.
Well, that's that pretty good zone coverage, Gary, they talk about. When you get the lineman to drop off to stay with a guy. Oriole had all kinds of daylight, all time to pick them out. Seemed to me like the receiver stopped a little bit. Ball still underthrown.
Weiberly will come in to punt the ball away, and the Hawk fans are on their feet applauding their defense. Scipio is back. It'll be into the wind. It's a floater. Eddie will let it bounce, let it roll, and it will stop at the 10-yard line, a 33-yard punt.
What an effective weapon that was. You're saying into the wind, if that baby gets up, it's going to float back in my face. Instead, he kept it low, got a very mediocre plus roll, and he's going to start the Hawks from deep.
The Hawks will have the wind, and you hear it blowing through our field microphone for the next 2 minutes and 53 seconds. So don't be surprised if Bob Stem tries to get some points quickly before he has to reverse the field. Bettix is going to desert the backfield. Borda hands the ball to Scipio. Scipio doing some dancing as he'll get about 9. Tackled on the play by Cam Burns, so he's back in the ball game.
Yeah, you put the fullback in motion, you say obvious pass, and then you come back with the slot back. He counters, gets a couple good inside blocks. Sean Nelson again, one of the leaders of the block. Isaac's blocking on the line of scrimmage. 2nd and short. Bob Stem loved to throw at this time.
Scipio came in with 1184. He has 98 yards rushing today. Handoff right up the gut. Bettix barreling forward. Bettix all the way to the 30-yard line. DiGiacomo with the tackle, a gain of 11 and a first down.
Bettix has been a very, very fine a runner all year long, Gary. And surprisingly, his speed, we know he has a size at 215, but he's pretty speedy for a fullback.
To the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, first down number 10 for the Hawks. Bettix with 27 yards on 3 carries. Handoff. Scipio, he gets met immediately a line of scrimmage by Rich. Gene Rich has been outstanding today in this football game. He has been very tough to block. Certainly been visible. A lot of one-on-one stuff. Normally you would not see that of a defensive front, Gary, but you are seeing with the Bucks, you get the penetration, and then they're able to reach out and make that stop. Rich is only a junior, 6'1", 255 pounds. And the Hawks haven't been able to find him. Here comes the blitz. Borda flips it out. Bettix catches it and then drops the knee down at the 23-yard line. So they'll lose 7 yards, in fact 8 yards on the pass reception. Boy, you talk about pressure. Almost as if he has a snap count down. You see number 21, Gavin Potter. Again, a blessing that Borda is able to complete that thing. Borda now 77 yards on a 6 for 14 day. Ball back at the 22 on a 3rd and 18. Scipio's going to throw. He's got Deeser downfield. And it's going to be an incomplete pass.
There's
Penalty flag is thrown. As this, I guess, is going to be defensive pass interference, which would be a 15-yard penalty. They will not have the first down on the walk-off. I don't know if it's automatic or not. Yes, it is.
You're going to see
automatic
it, Gary.
first down.
I think he's going to pull him down. Right there, he's pulled down. It's funny, they lined up DiGiacomo to shadow him all the way, and then he released him when he went deep.
Dick, that was a huge play for the Hawks. Keeps the ball in their hands. 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line. First down, number 11. 6 penalties now, 40 yards against the Bucs.
Ooh, that's going to be 5.
This will be against the Hawks. 5-yard penalty, and this is going to be motion. 3rd penalty, 15 yards.
When you see an offensive setup, it's one of two things, Gary. It's the dive to Bettix, which that was, or it's that wide receiver screen with Deeser hesitating and coming across the middle.
Back to the 32-yard line with 24 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Quadruple to the left side, and it looks like the Bucs may have seen that play on film.
It looked like a field goal went right through his hands.
West is there to make the tackle, and nobody fooled, and there's a loss of 2 on the play.
And the quarter's going to run out too, Gary.
And in the last 2 pass plays, the Hawks have lost 10 yards. That will do it. We'll be back. It's 20-12 as we move to the 4th quarter. We are back. It is a chilly day, particularly if you're in the shade. The Bucs fans are in the shade. The Hawks fans are in the sun. And Dick, 20-12 going into the 4th quarter. The Bucs have had some tight ball games, not many this year.
Well, North Penn was an encounter, Gary, 13-7. And right here in Neshaminy scored 28 against them, although they blew them for 50. A big, differential between them. But that was the one who put the high of points on the board. Penridge played them 35-21 in the first round of the playoffs.
So the Hawks are right there. They're down by 8. Looking at a 2nd and 17 from the 30-yard line. Second and 7 on the board, but it should be 2nd and 17.
See if they blitz somebody.
Scipio in motion. Borda back to throw. Here comes Rich. Oh my, Rich along with Jim Fagnani meet at Borda. And they'll mark it all the way back to the 19-yard line, a loss of 11.
I think when that occurs, Gary, that naked backfield, I think what happens, the defensive lineman had the option, playing their hole with a possible delay game or just teeing off on the quarterback. Well, obvious what those two guys were doing.
Yeah. Back to the 18. They lose 12 on the play. So it's 3rd and about 30 to go for a first down.
Might be Steve Dodd. Well, I don't know. Deeser's not a possible position for that wide receiver screen here.
Scipio is open. They go underneath to Isaacs. As Isaacs will get to the 26, then gain 8. Golden on the tackle.
Yeah, Frank Golden didn't fall for it, Gary. First time that they've really gone to Isaac in this game. And Isaac, of course, has been one of their big receivers all year long, coming in here with 33 receptions, over 500 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
The Hawks are forced to punt from the 21. It'll be hit, and the ball is still loose. Isaacs had it right in front of him, Dick, and couldn't grab it, and the Bucs end up with a football.
All game long, I've been thinking they haven't gotten the turnover. They got to get at least one of those. I thought that was it. Gary. Played it up short and everything else. You could see he was going to have trouble with it. as he reached out at the last second to drive. Watch this now.
Isaacs has the ball right in his hands and can't hang on to it. Dick, he might be able to go all the way with that. Instead, it looked like Ben Paczynski that may have come up with the recovery from the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Handoff. Goes to DiGiacomo, and he'll fight forward to the 44. A gain of 7. Isaacs there to make the tackle, along with Andy Szczepanski.
I want to see something. They marked us for play at 10:18. See how much time they can chew just in a huddle. Don't forget, looking right into the eyes of that back judge, Gary, so they'll be able to play that clock very well.
DiGiacomo now approaching 100 yards rushing. He is 97. So he has gone over the 1,100-yard rushing mark on the year. DiGiacomo again. He doesn't get much yardage this time. He got hit at the line of scrimmage. Mitchell and Isaacs are there to make the tackle. May have gained a yard at best. 3rd and 2.
And now they're going to call time. Oh, man down. Injury.
This is a Hawk who's down on the field. And it looks like Mitchell. It's Greg Mitchell, Dick. That'd be a monstrous loss to the Hawk defense. And this one doesn't look good. Greg, 6 foot, 230, senior linebacker. Well, maybe just a cramp. He'll be back. In fact, he won't even want to go off the field.
They go from 10:18 to 9:36 on the clock. And as soon as he gets off, they'll mark that ready for play. Well, so just about 45 seconds per. Big plays coming, Garrett. They go for that first down.
Well, and you know Mitchell will be back on the next play. The handoff is a first down. DiGiacomo barrels forward to the 33-yard line. These are there to make the tackle, but not before he picks up 9 yards and first down number 12.
And once again, we got to go to the word fundamental. Watch this. Fundamentally, hit, keep the legs turned, and bounce off.
DiGiacomo over 100 yards rushing now with 107. They get a fresh 4. Ooh, a little movement in the backfield. Bob Warden leaned forward. It'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Bucks.
Yeah, the counter move by Becca, of course, drawing them off. And that seals it. No doubt about it. You must go for the 5 then.
Take a look here at number 2. He just leans forward right there.
And he drew. So it's 4 downs in 4 down territory, huh? 9 minutes exactly.
Warden in motion. Handoff instead goes to West. James West is headed for the corner. James West in for the touchdown. 38 yards.
That darn counter, such a good play, Gary. Gets people leaning. And that time with the motion, you even saw the adjustment by Becca. They were conscious to their right side. And there comes the counter back. Oh, he got everybody to lean.
8 minutes, 38 seconds on the clock in the 4th period. James West has carried 3 times today and twice has gone in for a score.
And both times off the motion.
For West, that's his 13th touchdown of the season.
Second time they had to call timeout on an extra point attempt there.
And they'll bring it to the sideline. The drive 51 yards in only 4 plays. And even with a 5-yard penalty against them, the Bucks get the touchdown back that Becca had gotten in the 3rd quarter.
One more thing about that counter play, it makes it so much easier to block along the lines because all you need is a down block or a screen block because you already got the body out of position.
Good point, Dick. Sometimes the linemen go the wrong way and your block is already set up for you. As you get a look at a buck, it's probably the safest place for a buck to be in during this week when buck season opened. There is no buck season, though, when Central Bucks West plays. They just win every single time they come out on the field, looking for 59 in a row.
In a way, a pretty big extra point attempt here.
What the fuck? Hurry up!
Did you have him on there?
Wyberly will kick the extra point, and the special teams coach will scream at somebody. Kick is up. The kick is good. 8 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the football game, and CB West leads it by a 27-12 score.
Last year, about in the fourth quarter, Becca led by a touchdown. Almost mid-fourth quarter had gone by, and that's when the Bucks came back and scored 3 touchdowns.
Dick West came in and we talked about his yards per carry average, 10.7. Yeah. His yards per carry average today is 20 yards.
And the only thing that stopped him was a goal line.
Yeah,
They'd be up more.
59 yards on 3